वेलकम टू ज्ञान की पाठशाला। ज्ञान की पाठशाला में आप सभी का स्वागत है।
Verbs, infinitives, ing forms, etc.
What do you love to do?
I love swimming.
Good. Swimming is very good for your health.
I like playing tennis even.
I love to learn English. Some people are not interested in learning English.
In the conversation, we come across many verb forms in infinitive and ing form. Here are the example sentences. What do you love to do? I love swimming. Swimming is very good for your health. I love to learn English. Some people are not interested in learning English. In the first sentence, the verb form used is infinitive. In the second sentence, ing form of the verb swim is used like a noun, object of the verb. In the third sentence, the word swimming plays the role of a noun and hence called a gerund. In the fourth sentence, to learn is an infinitive and learning English is the object of a preposition. Definition. Verbs in English have following basic parts. Base form, with or without to. ing form, gerund. The infinitive is the base of a verb and it is a kind of noun with certain features of the verb. The gerund is that form of the verb which ends in ing and has the force of a noun and a verb. It is a verbal noun. Usage. The infinitive and the gerund are alike in being used as nouns while still retaining the power that a verb has of governing another noun or pronoun in the objective case. In many sentences, we may use either of them without any special difference in meaning. Let us look at a few example sentences. The time of singing of the birds has come. Gerund. When he could no longer bear it, he picked Jabra up and patting his head, got him to fall asleep in his lap. Participles and infinitive used. Is the moon shining? Present participle. You can earn a lot of money by working hard. Present participle. He locked the door to keep everyone out. Infinitive used with to. Here are some more examples. Teach me to swim. Teach me swimming. This making of the plan is in hand. The middle station of life seems to be the most advantageously situated for the gaining of wisdom. He can speak 5 languages. Verbs with and without objects.
When did you learn to drive? I learned to drive when I was 20. What are you doing now? I drive a van for a delivery firm. How much do they charge you? They charge me rupees 1250 for 3 hours.
In the dialogue, we come across verbs with and without objects. Here are the example sentences. When did you learn to drive? Intransitive verb. I learned to drive when I was 20. Intransitive verb. What are you doing now? Intransitive verb. I drive a van for a delivery firm. Transitive verb. How much do they charge you? Transitive verb. They charge me rupees 1250 for 3 hours. Transitive verb. Definition. A transitive verb is a verb that denotes an action which passes over from the doer or subject to an object, whereas intransitive verb does not. Usage. Transitive verbs are mostly used transitively. Take a single object except give, ask, offer, promise, tell, etc. like broke, burnt, stop and open are sometimes used as intransitive. We don't need a preposition after these verbs. Intransitive verbs are commonly used intransitively. Become transitive when it is used in causative sense. Become transitive by having a preposition added to them. Note, some verbs, for example, come, go, fall, die, sleep, lie, denote actions which cannot be done to anything. They can, therefore, never be used transitively. If the subject and the object both refer to the same person, the verb is said to be used reflexively. Let us look at a few examples. The ants fought the wasps. Fought used transitively. Some ants fight very fiercely. Fought used intransitively. The Japanese feed themselves chiefly on rice, used reflexively. The magistrate acquitted him of the charge against him, denotes the usage of verb reflexively and also transitively. The girl ran a needle into her finger. Intransitive verb used as a causative sense and becomes transitive. The boy kicks the football, denotes the direct object. Here are some more examples. The horse kicked the man. I shall bring my camera with me. All his friends laughed at him. The beggar sat down by the side of the road. Verb plus to, infinitive or bare infinitive.
Let us set off early in order to avoid the traffic. Remember to turn the lights out. Yes, I do. Do you know where we are going to meet Mr. Azhar? How can I forget? He is a man to be admired. Certainly he is. We must reach his office at 9 today. We will make it, not to worry.
In the conversation, we come across verb forms to avoid, to meet, etc. Here are the example sentences. Let us set off early in order to avoid the traffic. Remember to turn the lights out. Did you know we are going to meet Mr. Azhar? He is a man to be admired. We must reach his office at 9 today. Not to worry. In the first and fifth sentence, the verb let and must are used without infinitive. In the second sentence, verb remember always follows to. In the third and fourth sentence, to meet and to be are used as verb nouns. Definition. The infinitive is the base of a verb, often preceded by to. It is a verb noun. Usage. The infinitive, with or without adjuncts, may be used like a noun, subject, object of a transitive verb, complement of a verb, object of a preposition, object complement, to express purpose, to qualify an adjective, a noun, a sentence. The word to is frequently used with the infinitive, but is not an essential part or sign of it. To does not follow after certain verbs: bid, let, make, need, dare, see, hear. Modals: had better, had rather, would rather, sooner than, rather than. The infinitive may be active or passive. Let us look at a few example sentences. I would rather die than suffer so, bare infinitive. He had no choice but to obey, object of a preposition. She wept to see the desolation caused by the flood, express cause. To tell the truth, I quite forgot my promise, qualifies as a sentence. Unfortunately, I was unable to work for a week, qualifies an adjective. Here are some more example sentences. It's easy to play the piano, but it's very difficult to play well. It is easy for you to criticize other people. Many men desire to make money quickly. She was annoyed by her failure to answer the question correctly. Verb plus ing. I like reading novels.
Reading is my favorite pastime.
Just now I heard someone playing a piano.
Probably it is coming from the next door.
I shall complete this novel later. In the above conversation, we come across some function words with ing form. These are gerund and present participle. Here are the example sentences. I like reading novels. Reading is my favorite pastime. Just now, I heard someone playing a piano. Probably it is coming from the next door. In the first and second sentence, reading is formed from the verb read by adding ing and does the work of a noun. In the third sentence, it is qualifying the noun and plays the role of an adjective. In the last sentence, it denotes the incomplete action. Definition. A gerund is that form of the verb which ends in ing and has the force of a noun and a verb. If it has the force of an adjective and a verb, then it is present participle. Usage. Gerund may be used as a subject of a verb, object of a transitive verb, object of a preposition, complement of a verb, and absolutely, and carefully distinguished as both the gerund and present participle end in ing, as an ordinary noun with the before it and of after it. We can use either the possessive case or objective case of nouns and pronouns before gerunds. Present participle is used to represent an action as going on or incomplete or imperfect. Let us look at a few examples. Seeing is believing, gerund used as a subject. He contemplated marrying his cousin, used as an object of a transitive verb. I am tired of walking, object of a preposition. What I most detest is smoking, complement of a verb. We met a girl carrying a basket of flowers, present participle used as an object of a transitive verb. Here are some more examples. Playing cards being his aversion, we did not play bridge. We had a drink of the sparkling water. We were prevented from seeing the prisoner. Giving is better than receiving. Verb plus WH clause.
Where are you going for your holidays?
India, that's where we are going for our holiday.
How long are you going to stay over there?
About 2 weeks.
What I want you to do is to go to Agra and witness the beauty of the Taj Mahal and also meet my cousin to give him a message from me. Will you do that?
I will definitely do it for you. In the conversation, we come across words that start with WH. Here are the examples. Where are you going for your holiday? India, that's where we are going for our holidays. How long are you going to stay over there? What I want you to do is to go to Agra and witness the beauty of the Taj Mahal and also meet my cousin to give him a message from me. In the first and third sentence, WH clause is used in a question. In the second sentence, WH word has followed is. In the last sentence, WH clause is used as a subject in a statement. Definition. WH words are what, when, where, who, which, why, and how. We start a subordinate clause with WH words. Usage. WH clauses can function as subjects, objects, or complements. We use clauses with a WH word in a WH questions. After verbs of thinking, saying, after is. We can often put the what clause either at the beginning or the end of the sentence. Let us look at a few examples. What you need most is a good rest. It is used as a subject of a verb. She couldn't remember who he was. Used after a verb of thinking. He tried to explain how the accident had happened. Used after the verb of saying. We tried to tell them what they should do. Always takes a direct object when used with tell. Here are some more examples. She won't admit what she had done. Can anyone suggest where to go for lunch? John wondered what was going to happen next. Who ate all the pies? Have, get something done, want something done, etc.
Do you think the contractor will have installed the windows? Yes, he will have installed the windows by tomorrow. When are you planning to get the grass cut? We were thinking of getting gardener to cut the grass. Can't you get someone to get the job done?
In the conversation, Mr. Murali and Mr. Thomas talking about someone doing something for them which they asked them to do. Here are the example sentences. Yes, he will have installed the windows by tomorrow. When are you planning to get the grass cut? We were thinking of getting the gardener to cut the grass. Can't you get someone to get the job done? In the first and second sentence, the speaker is laying emphasis on the process rather who performs it. In the third and last sentence, the stress is on who will do the action. Definition. Verb have, get something done emphasizes the process rather than who performs it. Verb pattern have plus object plus infinitive without to emphasize someone, underlined, to do something. Usage. We use get or have followed by an object plus past participle to say somebody arranges for something to be done. Get comes when we say that the person referred to in the subject does something themselves and have focuses on the result of the action. Won't have or not get is used if we want to say that we won't allow something to happen to someone or something. Need, prefer, want and would like followed by an object plus past participle is used to say that we need something to be done. To be is not used with an ing form. Here, feel, see and watch followed by an object plus past participle is used to talk about hearing something happens. After feel, the object is often a reflexive pronoun. Let us look at a few examples. I'll have the house cleaned by the time you get home. Have is used to focus on the result of the action. Be careful washing those glasses. I don't want them to be broken. Is equal to be plus past participle to show similar meaning. I felt myself thrown forward, a reflexive pronoun after feel. I had my eyes tested. Someone test my eyes. Here are some more examples. I'd like my car to be serviced, please. I won't have him spoken to like that. We had the car delivered to the airport. While I was in Singapore, I had got my eyes tested. verb plus two objects. Your father gave me a watch. On what account? He asked me a question and I answered it correctly. That's great. Now listen, my mother will give you some advice on handling the pets. Hope you use it wisely. In the above conversation, we come across two objects after a verb. Here are the example sentences. Your father gave me a watch. He asked me a question and I answered it correctly. Now listen, my mother will give you some advice on handling the pets. Hope you use it wisely. Definition. Some verbs have two objects, an indirect object and a direct object. The indirect object usually refers to a person and comes first. The direct object is usually the name of something. Usage. When the verb has two objects, the indirect object usually comes first. We use a prepositional phrase with to or for with an indirect object. In this case, direct object is followed by a prepositional phrase. If the indirect object is a long phrase, we normally use to or for. If the indirect object is a pronoun, we normally use the noun plus verb plus noun pattern. Let us look at a few examples. They have written her a postcard. My wife sent an email to me. He cooked a delicious meal for all his friends. Their mother read them another story. In the first sentence, the verb follows the indirect object first as it is a pronoun. In the second sentence, a prepositional phrase is used with a direct object. In the third sentence, a prepositional phrase for is used with a direct object. In the last sentence, since the indirect object is a pronoun, the pattern noun plus verb plus noun is used. Here are some more example sentences. We kept something to eat and drink for all the people who arrived late. They sent Christmas cards to all their customers. They booked a table for me at the restaurant. Raj brought some flowers for his mother.